You know you've worked too long in a lab when your friends and family have no idea what you do.
My cousin was a medical laboratory scientist, and when I was getting ready to graduate from high school, she knew I loved sciences, and she offered to take me on a tour of her laboratory. She worked in the chemistry department, and I've been smitten ever since.
I mostly was looking at radiology, and I went to kind of a seminar with multiple health professions that were stating, a little bit about their job title, and this one caught my attention more than radiology, and it just stuck ever since.
I chose a career in medical laboratory science because I was really interested in medicine itself, but I loved being in the lab, and I didn't necessarily want to be with the general public all the time.
I work in a lab called flow cytometry under the immunology department. What we do is actually flow cytometry. So if you break it down, flow cytometry. So flow is fluid, cyte is cell, metry is measurement. So if you put it all together, we measure cells based on the fluid media.
The lab I work in is University Hospital Clinical Lab, and pretty much all testing. Chemistry department, hematology department, coag department, microbiology, immunology, pretty much everything.
So I'm currently in specimen processing, or in other words, specimen receiving. We're the first hands onto the samples. We just make sure everything's correct, like with the label onto the sample, and then we send it to the appropriate lab for testing and results.
My job helps patients by making sure we get the right specimen at the right temperature to the right lab as quickly as possible and as accurately as possible.
I always saw a quote, and I really liked it, and it said, medical laboratory scientists, without us, doctors would just be guessing. And it's totally true. We provide them with a lot of the answers with what's going on with a patient that a patient can't necessarily verbalize to somebody.
Overall, just making sure that we're handling everything in the appropriate manner so that there's no mess ups along the way, and making sure that everything's ordered properly so that the lab can do their job.
So stupid. Okay. Why don't the neutrons and protons want to hang out with the electrons? Because they're so negative.
What did the thermometer say to the graduated cylinder? You may have graduated, but I have more degrees.
What do you call an acid with an attitude? Amino acid.
I had an employee get COVID from his cat. Don't ask me now.
Prior to the pandemic, people thought the work that we did here was just all white lab coats, goggles, some kind of mysterious scientific goings-on.
They had no idea what I did. Absolutely none. I always had to explain it to them. My assumption is that they thought I was somewhere with beakers pouring different colored solutions into each other and having explosions.
I used to just tell people that I worked in a medical lab at the university, and they didn't really understand what I did. Still kind of don't.
They thought my job title was a nurse. That's pretty much what I always get. Oh, so you're a nurse? Well, no, I'm a little different than that.
I definitely feel like people have a better understanding now, only for the fact that, you see ARUP on, social media and stuff like that, and they have a better understanding of what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Being involved in a lab during pandemic and now post as we're starting to come out of it, it's been interesting because my profession is finally in the news. It's really nice because people actually care what we do more now than ever before.
I think people definitely, if not have an understanding, have a better appreciation for the stuff that we do, understanding that tests do need to be done to make sure that we all, as human beings, we can be safe and we can be okay.
I'm a nurse. Yeah. I don't want to scare little kids, so I'm just trying to make it nice and fluffy. Yeah, I'm a nurse.
If I was to explain it to a kindergartner, I don't really know how I would explain it other than, again, going to like a hospital and like maybe getting your blood drawn, and then where it would come to us, and then we would drink it to find out what it is.
The best answer I've got, actually, because I was explaining this to little kids. He was 3rd grade, and it's like, oh, you're like Harry Potter in potions class, you're mixing stuff. And I like, yes, that's almost similar to that. It's just like, there's like a certain sequence, in potions class, you gotta like rotate it like 10 times clockwise. You cannot go counterclockwise because it will mess up your potion, things like that.
I love learning new things, and the lab especially is constantly changing. We're constantly finding new ways to test and different procedures to try, and more standardization and ways to be better. We're constantly striving to improve, and I love that about laboratory testing.
It's been really amazing seeing the dedication and hard work that people put in, and it all is in the name of providing quality patient care.
My favorite part of the job is actually, when you see the results that patients are getting better, I think that's the most wonderful thing that you could, even though you don't see them, you're just like, oh, this person, patient A, is actually doing better.
The weirdest thing was actually human brain. I was working in processing years ago on the night shift, and I got a box, and I opened the box, and inside was a jar with a human brain, a whole intact human brain.
Half of the iris of a person was kind of sliced, and so you just see the iris. I've never seen a human eyeball before, and so that was really spectacular.
When the parasites come in, some of them are still alive, or you get a long tapeworm from somebody's body that's been in there, or bot flies that have come out of their hands. That's the coolest thing to me.
In specimen processing, we do get to see like all the different specimens that come through, and so I've seen some pretty cool tissues. Like I've seen like an eyeball or like toes that come through, and those are probably some of the cooler specimens that I've seen.
We got a lot of green serum samples. So serum's supposed to be a yellow or straw-like color, and so we got some green ones due to medication and treatment. That's really fun. And another favorite is when serum or plasma comes with a big clot and you get to squeeze it out. It's very satisfying.
Working in a hospital, you're surrounded by people who are sick, and for us to go into work every day, I think that says something about us as laboratorians to, walk into that and knowing that there might be some sort of risk, but we have a job to do, and we're here to help patients.
Healthcare never stops. And I really appreciated that about us as a whole, and still pushing through the pandemic to be here and to support the people that need it.
The processing team's demand and the struggles they faced, the labs in spinning some of these tests up as quickly as they did, our clients in dealing with this, it's just, I think our industry as a whole is heroic in general. What we've been able to do and accomplish is simply amazing.